Telluride's a really special place. And no matter how long you've lived here, every time you come back, you drive into this valley and say, what an amazing place.
Most people who've been here for any length of time, they remember their first trip up the canyon, and it's one of those things that stays with you and is behind the love affair that we have for the landscape here.
You see this peaceful landscape that is preserved for wildlife and for the environment. It really sets the tone for what Telluride is.
It sort of defines who we are. We love the out-of-doors here. This is what we respect.
The town really began talking about the valley floor back in the 70s in terms of wanting to protect this area.
A lot of us, didn't want to see the valley floor taken over with high-rise condos and galloping development. We really wanted to have that incredible gateway that looks up into the mountains and takes you beyond Telluride and up into the slopes.
Fortunately, a lot of the citizens had the vision to think in terms of, we're going to grow, we're going to develop more. We have one shot, we need to do it correctly.
In putting that master plan together, we identified the valley floor as the top priority for protection, much to the consternation of San Miguel Valley Corp.
There were noises being made about developing the valley floor. So people were becoming aware that, there was a threat there.
San Miguel Valley Corporation, the owner of the valley floor, went to Mountain Village with a proposal to annex to Mountain Village. And that's when the public got very upset about the potential for development in the valley floor and knew that we needed to galvanize an effort to preserve it. July 5th, 2000, we held the Rally for the Valley, and we didn't know how many people would show up. We thought it might be a little meager, just a few of us walking out there, but it turned out to be 1,500 people held hands and walked out to the valley floor as a show of solidarity, of intention that we wanted that land preserved.
People began to realize we have an opportunity. It would be great if we could do it cooperatively with the owner, and if not, we can do that. But people were willing to make that happen.
Like the making of sausage and passing bills in Congress, this was not a pretty 3.5 years.
I remember John Pryor, as mayor, talked to the owners and came up with a compromise that would have given all of the valley floor and 9 or 10% of the land base would have been in development. It seemed like a reasonable compromise. We took it to the people, and the people said no.
This was a situation where compromise was not an option in my mind.
It seemed so obvious, and yet we were up against, this big corporation who actually owned the land, and most of us are familiar with trying to solve problems like that through zoning, not by just saying, well, then let's just buy it.
In 2003, we filed a condemnation action. A condemnation action is a lawsuit, and it's a taking of a piece of property from someone or an entity through a legal process. And we had the right to condemn for schools, transportation, different things. And then at the end it said, and any other purpose that was for the public benefit. So that's the flag that we rode under.
When you go through a condemnation process, the first thing you have to do is have the land appraised, which we did, and it came in at, I think, $22 million as an appraisal. And the landowner successfully had the jury trial moved from San Miguel County Court because he thought he couldn't get a fair and unbiased trial here to the Delta County Court.
I was at the hearing, I stepped outside and I called Kodo and I asked them to put me on the radio. And I said, we just finished the appraisal hearing and it's $50 million. And the DJ says, 15? I said, no, 50. He goes, I think he said, oh shit.
And I just collapsed on the floor. I'm like, we've come this far, but we can't do that.
I was devastated. I thought this is the end. But other people didn't. They just were, nope, we're gonna do this.
We had a 3-month timeline. We had to raise $50 million. Half of that, half was bonded in 3 months, and it was a highly stressful time.
We were grasping at ideas and creative ways to be sure that we got the ear of everybody who potentially could be a supporter for us. And they stepped up. We had more than 1,700 donors in the end.
It was like a wave. It just couldn't be stopped. One person would give, they would get their friends and circles to give.
Our idea was, let's just create so much hope that it's so powerful that this will happen.
The community came together as I hadn't seen in 4 decades, and bring me to emotion thinking about the sacrifice that people made to make it happen. It was beautiful.
People ask me now, how did it happen? And my only answer is it was magic. I mean, it all came together.
Though Telluride's more successful than we ever thought it would be, at least we said, wait, there's limits, and just the sense of open space that you can breathe.
Open space is a critical component of quality of life.
Families who you see out there enjoying nature is heartening.
It's funny, I had an amazing situation last night in a bar in Telluride, and a guy sat down next to me. He says, so what do you know about this valley floor? Is it true nothing can ever go out there? I said, yeah, nothing, no permanent structures, it's public access. And he goes, that's amazing. And I looked at him and I said, it's priceless.
About it constantly. Save the valley floor, save the valley floor. It means something to everybody who lives in San Miguel County.
Several times in your discussions you've made reference to the fact that this might happen or that might happen if the community wants it. Could you clarify what the community is that you're trying to consider in those kinds of statements? We could probably help you with that.
I hereby proclaim May 9th Valley Floor Day. Today and every May 9th, we celebrate this breathtaking portal that welcomes you to the Telluride Valley, whether for the first time or the millionth. This community has ensured the preservation of this common ground so that we can celebrate and cherish it forever. I'd like to make a toast to all of you, to Telluride, this place we call home.